everybody. Our next comedian helped us get on in Lowell, Massachusetts for many, many weeks, and we do appreciate it. Please welcome our comedian from Lowell, Massachusetts, Steve Albert.
And keep it going for your own Steve. While I try to remember my first joke, that'd be cool. But I'm a little nervous, Normally I'm on this great anti-anxiety drug called beer, but they don't have that here in Arlington. It's unfortunate. Another thing I like to do for stress relief, but I like to go camping. Hey, campers here? I'm not calling you like four-wheel trailers or anything. Are there people here who camp? I'll take that as a no. Anyway. But I love camping. I love this again, weird rule in Massachusetts state campgrounds where you're not allowed to drink, which to a lot of people defeats the purpose of camping. But some places are really strict about it, other places not so much. Like most places, they just don't want broken glass all over the place. But then this place like Salisbury, where they will actually do cup checks. And by that, I don't mean they'll sniff your cup to see what's in it. I mean they'll kick you in the crotch to see if you're wearing a cup, if they kind of think there's a possibility you might be drinking. It's like even this time of year, it's still a little cold, but I still love the fresh air. So what I do is I sleep with the windows open. But recently a bird flew in my window. And to a lot of very superstitious people, that means a member of the family is going to die.
That's right.
Yeah, so I just want to say you guys are all family to me. And I wish you all the best of luck tonight. Oh, man, I was running late for work this morning. I got held up by a garbage truck at gunpoint. So I work in a pretty rough neighborhood. Here's the thing. I work in a psych hospital. And even though it's a bad neighborhood, we still get that not in my backyard stuff, that NIMBY stuff. Which doesn't make sense to me because you can't really say not in my backyard if you don't have a backyard. So every now and then, just to mess with the neighbors, what I like to do is I like to take off my name tag, throw on a Hannah Montana t-shirt, run out to the yard, start climbing the fence, yelling, "Freedom!" I almost didn't get the job. I had to take this test, this nursing assistance test. And one of the questions on it was, how far in do you stick a rectal thermometer? And all you guys know the answer, but it was a written word, so I wrote down just beyond the bulb, which is about 1 inch. And the only acceptable answer was 1 inch. So now I'm feeling really bad for this patient because not only do we have to jam the thermometer in back there, but apparently we also have to jam in a ruler. That seems a mite bit uncomfortable to me. Then one of my coworkers, he came in from construction, so he's using a tape measure. Hits the recoil button, that little metal tab got stuck. Exactly. Of course, I think we can all agree the absolute worst measuring device in this particular situation is a GPS. Because you cannot read the screen through the lubricant. Ever. There's two things that'll never work in a psych hospital. One, of course, is the windows. And the other is dry humor. You'll go in on your day off, just a little bit of paperwork, whatever, and you tell everybody, hey, I'm not really here. Don't do that. Kind of confuses the guys. We just got a new time clock. Scans the entire hand, which is cool because it also tells you your fortune. But we used to have just a one-finger scan. And apparently that wasn't working out because too many of my coworkers were cutting off their fingers to have other people punch in for them. So we did the upgrade. But now with the upgrade, the whole hand scan thing, it's very selective. Like I've got some smaller coworkers, and it won't let them punch in because apparently it thinks it's preventing child labor. And I'm from Lowell, which was founded on child labor, so I'm a little offended. Long time ago when I first started doing comedy, I used the name Rat because I used to breed rats. I started with mice, worked my way up. Well, one of the things I used to do back in those days was I used to just, I couldn't write segues, so what I used to do was say, hey, look, I'm almost out of time. But, you know, a lot of people, they say strippers get a bad name, but I think Mercedes is a beautiful name. And they say every year 5 or 6 people are killed by peat moss. If anybody sees Pete, tell him to knock it off. Enough is enough. And hey, it was good hanging out with you guys. I'm Steve Elbert. Please welcome back Steve Katsos.
All right, Steve Albert, everybody. He ran away. We'll be right back with our next comedian right after this.